so mysterious.
This is who we are.
This is who we are. WADR.
Africa, what is your language?
Dédé àsìkò yìí o ẹ̀yin ìsakété ìlú tí ń sọ̀hún sí yín gbogbo ìgbà ni mo ń fòtí West Africa Democracy Radio.
Shekka muna a Najeriya. Ku saurari WADR.
West Africa Democracy Radio.
Je suis à Dakar, au Sénégal, et j'écoute la WADR 94.9 FM.
Ghana, WADR, West Africa Democracy.
West Africa Democracy Radio.
We are West Africa Democracy Radio.
94.9 FM.
Dakar, Senegal. It's you speaking.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time to embrace a youthful mindset and envision your future. Take the lead is in your walls.
Take the lead is in your walls.
This platform serves as a space for engagement designed to equip young people to become effective leaders. They are actively contributing, creatively engaged, and determined in various fields. And now, this is Take the Lead.
Hello to you out there and welcome to Take the Lead, your youth exchange platform on West Africa Democracy Radio in Dakar, Senegal. In this 31st episode, we will discuss some impact of sports betting and online gaming on youths within the West African sub-region. My name is Augustine Cully. Please stay with us. We are live on 94.9 FM and of course on our online platforms. You get us on YouTube at WADR and Facebook. We're streaming live WADR English service. Also send in your reactions regarding this whole topic about young people being involved with sports betting and also online gaming, and we'll certainly read out your reactions during the program. The global gambling industry is rapidly expanding with multinational companies increasingly entering new markets, particularly in developing countries. In sub-Saharan Africa, many nations have legalized various forms of gambling, including casinos, lotteries, and sports betting. Legal casinos are currently operational in several countries across the region, including here in Senegal, the Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria, and Liberia, among others. Notably, a 2021 Statista survey revealed that 70.68% of Ghanaian youths engage in gambling, placing Ghana fourth in Africa after Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. A number of licensed betting platforms are also active in the region, including Betway, SoccerBet, SportyBet, SafariBet, 1xBet, BetPower, and of course PowerBet. Alongside traditional betting, online gaming continues to also grow in popularity, with games like Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, Apex Legends drawing large youth attention. So this edition explores the growing prevalence of sports betting and online gaming among young people, as well as critically examining their potential impacts on the academic performance, the financial stability, and the mental health of youths that are involved.
Take the Lead is back in 2025 with a brand new format. Yes, your youth exchange space will now be broadcast live every Friday at 4:05 p.m. Universal Time. And that's not all. Dear internet users and WADR subscribers, you have the opportunity to experience the show live and direct on our online platforms on Facebook at WADR English Service and on YouTube at WADR. Take Take the Lead every Friday from 4:05 p.m. Universal Time and rebroadcast same day at 1 a.m. Universal Time. Also on every Tuesday, your youth program will be rebroadcast at 7:15 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. GMT. Take the lead and champion the discourse for the betterment of young people.
Great. Well, listeners and viewers, our guests today are four distinguished people or personalities. And in studio with me, I have Jibril Njai. Njai is a member of JCR Dakar Alliance and an AR enthusiast. He works as an IT manager in the health sector here in Senegal. Let's welcome you, Jibril. How are you doing, and welcome to the platform?
Thank you, Augustine. I'm fine.
I guess it's your first time at our office today?
Yeah, it is the first time.
Give us your feeling.
Glad. I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Now, we also have Mam Fati Kine. Fati is an entrepreneur and a game designer. Imagine that. She's a game designer. So it's a privilege to have you here on the platform, Mam Fati. How are you doing, and welcome?
Hi, Augustine, and thank you for inviting me. I'm very glad to be here.
Good. I mean, like I read through, you are a game designer. How do you feel designing games?
It's very special because most of the time I play games and I'm asking myself how to do to improve my level, how to do to show what I feel to others people. That's why making game is so fun.
Great. Yeah. Indeed, it's fun to observe and watch this show as it goes on. We also have Ezekiel Bridge, and I hope I got that name right. Ezekiel is a sports analyst, a columnist in Nigeria. Let's hear from you, Ezekiel. How are you doing?
I am fine. Good evening. It's good to be here. Thank you.
And how is Nigeria today?
Nigeria is fine. You know, it's been raining. So, yeah. Aside from that, I think everything is okay.
Yeah, you are a sports analyst. Tell us, how do you feel about analyzing sports? And tell us a bit about this topic, how important you think it is to be discussed.
Thank you very much for that question. Well, to be very honest, sport is an emotional activity. Let me put it that way, because it is, number one, very engaging. Number two, it provides a career for different people, just as we know. Number three, we've seen that firms, private organizations in various industries are ready, to invest in sports. For example, we are talking about fashion. There's no way you not talk about Adidas, you talk about Nike, you talk about Puma. Then also the government of of various countries are invested in it, and of course, different firms. In fact, let's say betting firms, for example. We have different betting platforms who are shared sponsors of top clubs, all across the world, all across Europe. So, sport is an engaging activity, and sporting games as well. Talk about Football Manager, popularly known as FM. It is very, very addictive because I used to play it very, very well till I had to conquer that. So, sport is an engaging activity. Let me just put it that way. And if you are not careful, you find yourself, sinking in it.
Okay, there are more to talk about, Ezekiel. We also have from Ghana, Michael Abdukaro. Abdukaro is a youth leadership strategist there in Ghana. How are you doing, Michael? Welcome to the YouFood platform. Hello, Michael, are you there if you're getting us? Okay, I think he needs to get his mic on. That's what technicians are saying. But let's get the ball rolling with you, Jibril. I know you are from the background of IT. Just share with us your personal understanding about young people engaged with sporting activities that resort to them betting, for those sports. and also from the computer side, you want to talk about the online gaming that you've so far observed. Give us a little understanding of that.
Well, thank you, Augustine. We all, as young people, like sports, like football in general. Like we follow it every Saturday, every weekend. So we know every players, we know the scores, we know, how the market is going on. So we like sport, in fact. And seeing our teams, winning games, as every fan of sport, is something exciting. Yeah. In fact, and this is, in a site, what leads people even in betting. Like there is a betting platform which is open. Your team is playing. You are confident. You know that you think or you believe that your team is winning. Now as a youth, we all want money. It is the hook, right? So the way that betting platforms are operating is like, is I take the case of cybersecurity, how hackers are working. Let me just do the analysis between how betting platforms are hooking youth, like hackers do in cybersecurity, which we call social engineering. Like they first put you in confidence, like telling you that you have the control, you will lead. Like now hackers will send you just a link telling your account will be blocked, in maybe some hours. You have to click and change your password, for instance. Betting platforms, that's what they do. They give you the control. As a youth, they say, for instance, here is a free bet. You will have bonuses when you come, and maybe your team is leading, so you have the chance to win. You, as the young people, you will just say, yes, why not, let me just dive into it, and maybe I will have some bonuses and win some money. First you will have the control, the illusion of control. That's why we call the illusion of control. Then they will take you into emotionals, like as I said before. For instance, they say it is urgent. You have to, hackers, they say to you, for instance, it's urgent, you have to change your password or your account are going to be locked. So you get frightened. For instance, if you like Mom Fatty, maybe you have some millions in your bank account, you don't want your account to be locked. And it is like that. Betting platforms will play on your emotion. Wow, you guys, like Manchester United is playing, it is stronger than maybe Barcelona, so your team is stronger. Now bet before it is time. You have now 5 minutes to bet. You may have bonus of 30%, etc., etc. So you will be excited, and sometimes maybe we all are young, so you need maybe free money. So they just manipulate your emotions, and then you get into it. You come first, secondly, and then by the way you will be getting addicted to that. It is sometimes how they hook people or trick youth, to join those betting platforms.
Great. Now, to you, Mam Fati, here in Senegal, young people like yourself, what have you observed when you see these young people? Are they mostly engaged into betting? How do they go about, carrying out their betting, or maybe the online gaming program that you also organize?
I saw lot of the young people here start to play XBet. Sometimes we say it's less than 28, but we see other young people. We have less than 18 who play at one XBet. I say myself, it's not about the young people, it's about the parents who will get the young generation, because I can't say to myself, okay, I have everything I have in my life. I have what I eat, I have what I can go wherever I want, and I will put my money in one XBet, and I know I will lose it. Something you have to know about I will say one XBet, because that's the one we know.
We must know in Senegal.
Exactly, in Senegal. Most of the people say, okay, I will put 5. The first time you will put 1,000 in 1xbet, and you will win 10,000.
Wow.
I tried it one time. I tried it one time. I said, okay, let me check what is 1xbet. I put 500. I win 1,000. I said, okay, that's a good one. Let me try again. I try again and I won 5,000. I say, okay, it's good. Let's continue. I do it again, I lose. I do again and again, I lose all the money. Those what I win and what I and all of them. So I say it's something attract you. When you don't wait for that, you win a lot of money. But they push you to put a lot of money on that. So that's why you have to know how to manage it. But because 1xbet is something that very attractive, really.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, to you, Ezekiel, can you tell us what have you understood to be the factor responsible for young people to be constantly engaged into sports betting or these online gamings? Ezekiel, are you getting this?
Hello?
Okay.
Augustine?
Yes. Is this Michael now?
Yeah, this is Michael. I think Augustine has dropped off.
Okay. It's good to have you, Micah. So welcome to the platform. I think it's a pleasure now to have you on. So please, you can just begin by sharing with us your own understanding about the young people's involvement into sports betting, and what would you consider as factors responsible for these acts?
Thank you very much, Augustine, and greetings to everyone in the studio and Ezekiel online like myself. The rapid growth of betting across the world is alarming, especially in Africa. Narrow it down to West Africa. Now, what are the factors drawing the young people into these activities? Number one, peer pressure. Many of them go to the betting centers with their friends. Maybe from school, they just move to the place, they see their friends, aggressively monitoring the games and counting whatever amount they will receive in case their teams win. Then they also get attracted. So peer pressure is one.
Okay.
Two, unemployment. Unemployment is a huge factor in influencing the young people to engage in this. But strangely, yesterday I was talking to someone about this discussion, and what the person told me was the fact that it is not about only young people who are unemployed, who are now hooked into these gaming activities. But then people who are employed and they are receiving, some are receiving $100, $200 salary or $300 salary. They are also engaged in it. What is the reason? Some see it as an investment. So instead of taking their money to the bank to receive returns at the end of the month or at the end of the year, they see this one as better option. And so they push their money into it and they call themselves investors. The next thing is that the get money quick mentality is what is also influencing young people to get into these activities. Unfortunately, like our dear sister was sharing, it is a bait. You can start the first one, you will win, and the subsequent one, you will lose. And because of the fact that you have invested money into it, you want to continue playing the game until you recoup your money back. Unfortunately, they don't get the money, but then you have been hooked on it, that you have no opportunity, to disengage or disconnect yourself from it.
Okay.
So, Augustine, these are few things that per my research, I have realized that influence young people. Yes, of course, broken home is is part, but what about those who are coming from good homes, who are also hooked on these ones? It's very alarming, and I pray that we'll be able to have solution, as soon as possible to curb the growth. Otherwise, Africa is in danger. Thank you very much.
Otherwise, Africa is in danger. Indeed, it's an interesting one. We will come back to that. But now let's take a few minutes and listen to WADR's Accra correspondent Nadiditide in this report about sports betting or online gaming by youths in Ghana. And in this report, we will hear a young bettor and also explore insights from an analysis on the risks, responsibilities, and the way forward.
10 million, what is that? 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, 10 million.
The growing popularity of sports betting in Ghana is raising concerns about its impact on young people, with some turning to it as a financial lifeline, while others warn of its long-term consequences. For 23-year-old Kwame, betting has become a way to survive. How long have you been betting?
For 6 years now.
What has been the experience?
So far it's been good, even though betting is not a smooth journey. It's been good. I'll be able to gather some money to pay off some debts, and even it helped me pay my fees when I was going to do my degree. So I think I would say it has been good to me. Okay. Even though there are negative stuff in it, and I will not recommend people to be more addicted to that. So far, to me, it's been good. Okay.
He also shares his experience of how he had to deal with his addiction to betting in the early stages.
Yeah, I was addicted when I started. I think the first 2 years, I became very addicted. I think the first 3 months I won. Afterwards, I was not winning. I became addicted. There are days when I'll starve myself. So Monday, I'll gather my Monday to Friday. Then because I know the weekend is coming, then I'll go and stake. So when I stake, it doesn't mean I became addicted. If I don't stake, it's like there is something. So I need to go the extra mile, and that is it. People have had weird experience than that, but so with me, I have to strategize, and at the end of every month, I have a budget of what I want to use to bet. When I win, then I can add up. But if I don't win, I don't go beyond it.
His story is not unique. Across urban and rural Ghana, many young people are drawn to betting platforms in search of quick money. But while it may offer short-term relief, experts warn of deeper issues. There are a plethora of stories of how some people have lost assets and fortunes to betting. A sports presenter and analyst, Benjamin Yamwa, shares some insights into the growing trend.
Betting legally, yes, it's allowed. There's an age limit to it and all that. But I think that for Ghana, what I've seen is that a lot of young folks are beginning to get too immense in gambling and in betting. For instance, sports betting, and even now the aviator, which I'm told is the very, very dangerous bit of it. And when you get too deep into it, what it does to you is that not only take away a lot of your earnings, but you get so deep in it that you end up being desperate to get money else to come and bet. And if that continues for a while and you get so addicted, tendency of you sometimes beginning to go to levels of even trying to steal money so you can come in and bet comes up.
He adds that the long-term effects of betting on youth behavior include increased anxiety, poor academic performance, and financial instability. Some young people, he said, end up stealing or misusing family funds just to keep betting. Mr. Yamwa believes that while betting itself isn't illegal, more needs to be done to protect the youth.
It is getting to a level where I think we need to begin to check the number of our young men and women who are getting too addicted. I think they need to get to a point where we can identify particular bettors, if I can call them that way, who clearly from their activities on their website can tell that these guys clearly are beginning to go overboard.
What about the gaming authority?
Thank you very much. The gaming authority, together with the companies, because they regulate these companies. If they're able to get in some regulations or some laws that can then be enforced by the Gaming Commission, then we can get to that stage where we begin to take out persons we feel are getting to the state of addiction, so we can stop them. Because if you don't stop them on their own, there's no way some of them will put a break to what it is they are doing.
As betting continues to grow, particularly with the rise of mobile platforms, many fear that without stronger regulation and public education, more youth more younger Ghanaians will be caught in the cycle of hope, loss, and addiction.
Thanks to Na Dede Tete there in Ghana for that report. Now, it brings me into the question about the implications, the impact that these sports betting are having on the young people. And we will resume with you, Jibril. Doing the report, like an analyst who said that it resort to losses, financial losses, and sometimes it makes one want to steal to even go back and bet. What do you make of the implications this is having on young people who are constantly betting online or gaming online?
Yes, coming back to this report, the first one that we hear, the guy was really, he had the chance really to win anytime. So for him, that's great. But listening to the analyst, I think it is not only in Ghana but everywhere in Africa. Young people, once they become addicted, there are many consequences. For instance, he talked about stealing. Yes, it is emotional manipulation. For instance, you need money. It is like that's addicted who does that psychologically. You need money to bet. Really, you have lost. So what you say is, I need to bet again to win what I have what I have lost.
Yeah.
So it is psychological. You just if you don't have money, sure you go to steal, and once you start stealing, it will be like you will never stop. You will never stop. That money that you just go steal, you will invest it again in the betting. You will bet it again.
Okay.
You will lose again, etc., etc., etc. Okay, go on.
No, just in a second, you want to learn.
Well, but there the problem is where are authorities and parents?
Okay.
Maybe it will be another question, or we'll come back to that.
We will come to that.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Mam Fati in terms of the effect. You think how the online gaming and the sports betting can affect the young person?
Yeah, of course.
Please.
Okay. They can affect them so in their studies, because more of them, like an example I heard the last emission, they say there is one young people who don't go to school. Parents saw it was in school, but it wasn't there. It was in a place that you can play bets or play game. So that's an example I can give, and I can say some of them who are playing online games do not have more sleep. They don't sleep at all at night. Parents so they are maybe working on their laptop or something like that, but they are playing games. I'm a game designer. I have to make it clear that there is different game. You talk about Fortnite, or because we have some competition game and there are some simple game. I'm more than in educational game.
Yeah.
So we can have like Fortnite or like League of Legends. Some of game you need to stay to have a rank, and that's why you have to stay all the night to play this game.
You want to reach that level.
Exactly, and it's the same thing that the betting you have to reach a level, and you have to put your money where young people found the money. It's not with their parents, it's not with their I don't know where, but we have to find it. That's the main effect, the main problem. Sometimes they steal the money, and it's not very good for our generation, because more they grow, more they have a bad how I can say it, a bad attitude.
Okay.
Yeah, about that, and we have to do something about it.
Great. Just in extension to that, I will ask, I hope we have Ezekiel back now. Then we will get him. We would like to know from Ezekiel personally about the crimes aspect. How does the addiction of sports betting, resort to young people getting involved into unethical behavior, or how can it also resort to the rise in crimes in the communities, in the school, or the nation? Ezekiel?
Well, on my part, one thing I've noticed about sports betting is that if you look at number one, it depends on the context and the environment. Now, the reason why I say environment is let us look at academic institutions. We notice that number one, students will no longer concentrate on their studies. Just like my colleague said, some moments ago, she said sometimes these students steal the money. And when in these situations where they steal the money, then there's no peace of mind. Then when there is no peace of mind, how can you actually learn? That is one thing. And just like I said earlier, sports is an emotional game. So when you invest a lot of things in it, even people who watch as fans, you see how happy they are, you see how sad they are when their team win or loses. They are not financially invested in it. Now, imagine those who are financially invested in it and are expecting maybe, a sum of money from it. So I also think another thing, again, just like my senior colleague who spoke earlier said it's about pressure. And sometimes I also think it's about, I don't want to blame society, but I think, should I say parents now? When parents, give birth to children that they can't take care of, and of course, the children now, we have to look for ways to take care of themselves. And then when they see a platform that promises quick money,
okay,
you understand, then you expect them to explore it. Because to me, this sports betting issue now is also like is in the same class with all these quick investment schemes where people don't want to work, just invest more money and probably take as high as possible. So yeah, I think those are some of the things. And in my own place here in Nigeria, we have situations whereby people, bet money, and when they lose this money, some feel that is the end of the world for them. They commit suicide. We have seen, these are some of the impacts that we have seen. So I've spoken about academic impact, I've spoken about social impact, and also financial impact. For example, some take loans, you understand, informal loans and requests just to settle, debts. And then when you take loans to settle a loan.
Are you there? I guess it's the network. I guess that's the network. So we will get you back, Ezekiel. But let's rush quickly to Liberia. To be specific, Monrovia, the capital city, where Abraham Parker is and has been speaking with some young people who are often, seen at betting booths, betting as well. So let's get more from Abraham Parker.
Many of the youth involved revealed that peer influence and the excitement of quick winnings initially drew them into betting activities. However, they also acknowledged the negative effects, including stress, financial loss, and neglect of their education.
I'm Abraham Freeman from Georgia State, POS. Gamble is not good. Play gamble is not good. Even our part of this are loose. We can't play gamble, we can win. Because according to them, the play can fly by hour. Fly, what they call the play. They can fly by time. Sometimes we bring our money. Even when you call the manager to come and serve you, he can pay attention to you. And they say more losing than winning. Yeah, so we have no opportunity by winning. Always be losing. Gambling is the hobby. As well as my colleague just said just now. No, something that just opportunity. If you have something doing, you're not coming and waste much time here. Yeah, gambling is not good. Gambling can promote people. It will bring you down. It can get you up.
Yes, in the morning now, we get money, go also now. In the morning, in the evening now, we can't. Inside here, put the money in the machine. Whole day we play. When I think what eating, well, I feeling lost in the morning. I thought we get first, we get angry. They come up playing. We didn't get nothing sound to pass here. To pass here or child of all. Because each time we go hustle, we can't bring it. Just say that society we come to every day. We go hustle, we can't bring the money there every day. So now we get one more get paid. We're the same 1,000 now. When every year I say talking now.
The Liberia Lottery Office, responsible for overseeing betting activities, highlighted efforts to regulate the industry. According to them, measures are in place, including age verification and regular inspections to prevent underage gambling. Yet, challenges remain, especially with online platforms and unlicensed operators that make enforcement difficult. A sports analyst, Ishmael Woolley, pointed out that while sports betting can increase engagement with sports, it often leads to negative penalties like addiction and poor decision making. He recommends stronger policies, community awareness, and youth-focused initiatives.
The gaming sector in Liberia is fast rising due to the unemployment. Sporting betting in Liberia are mostly negative, leading to addiction, poorly focused youth in the country. Risks associated with my experience with betting and gaming in Liberia: school dropout, mental stress, and other negative behaviors among young people in Liberia. I will suggest running awareness campaigns, enforce the age limit, and offer a substantive youth programs to involve young people involving themselves in betting and gaming and to focus on their education.
As Liberia navigates this complex issue, many agree that a concentrated effort from government, civil society, and youth themselves is essential to ensuring that sports betting remains a healthy part of free time rather than a source of harm. For now, the message is clear. Protecting Liberia's youth requires responsible regulation, education, and active engagement from all sectors of society.
Thanks to WADR's Monrovia correspondent Ibrahim Parker for that report.
Hey people, my name is Mello, Afrobeat singer from Guinea and Conakry. I love listening to the program Take the Lead on West Africa Democracy Radio.
Hello, my name is Fatou Bintou Souké. I'm the CEO of African Start Shop and I love listening to your program Take the Lead on West Africa Democracy Radio.
And so welcome back to Take the Lead here on West Africa Democracy Radio. We are streaming live on YouTube at WADR and Facebook, WADR English Service. Let's now recognize our partner radio stations that often rebroadcast this program. Beginning with Nigeria, we have Darling FM. We also have Nenzit FM in Kaduna State. And we have Love FM in Abuja. In Liberia, we have Alternative Youth Radio in Lofa County. We have DCN Radio in Riverside County. And we have Kwatika Radio in Banga, Bong County. For Sierra Leone, we have African Young Voices there in Freetown. We have Radio Bav in Mal. We have Hands of Hope in Freetown. Radio Bav Imal, I recognize you as well. And the Eastern Radio in Kono District, that's for Sierra Leone. Now in Ghana, we have Radio Path in the Savannah region. We have Royals FM. In neighboring Gambia, we have Numi FM and Radio Veritas. So be assured, once you are in those countries, you will listen to a rebroadcast of the program. So welcome back. As we wind down on the shore, let's focus on these betting companies and also the regulations of these gaming platforms. And specifically for Ghana, I would love to ask Michael Adukaro this question. What is the difference between what is termed as win for games by corporate bodies, especially in Ghana, the NLA Garistots platform? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I've heard something, but I've not read much into that.
Okay. So it
yeah,
means...
but you can ask your question now.
Yes, because I'm concerned about that. Often, even the corporate entities like the Lottery Authority will recognize these betting companies. And to some extent, there will be advertisement on radio, on television. Sure. You bet this and you win this number of, cash or so forth. What do you think are the roles of these regulatory agencies and, of course, the betting companies impacting the decision of these young people?
Great. Thank you very much once again, Augustine. Yes, I think that our regulators will have to, work hard to ensure that the restrictions they've given to these betting companies, they are being implemented accordingly. I am aware that when the betting companies come and they want their licenses to operate, they go through the formal registration, and so a regulatory body will have to now sit with them, look at the memorandum of understanding, give them instructions. I mean, one of the things I didn't tell you when doing my research, I realized that in Ghana, we have age 8 to 15 who are betting. And in Ghana, where I stayed or where I was living in Kumasi, I saw children, young people, JHS, primary students going to the betting centers. And so my question is that if the regulators are up to task and they are monitoring and they are ensuring that these betting companies are doing what is required of them, I'm sure we'll be able to reduce some of this, underage children who get into betting and all that. But you see, one other thing that is also popularizing the game of betting in Ghana and any part of Africa is the fact that some of these betting companies have started resorting to, giving social amenities to our communities. And so donating boreholes and building school, maybe refurbishing a classroom. And so some of these things makes the whole thing, okay, they are actually helping our society. So how do we talk about the excesses that are being, done in their activity or through their activities?
Okay.
So it is very challenging, but our regulatory bodies will have to sit up because, like I said, anything that attacks the time, the creativity, and the resources of the young people is a critical attack on the socio-economic development of the nation.
Thank you, Micah. Thank you.
Have to rise up.
Thank you indeed. Let's hear from you, Jibril. In your closing statement, what can you say to authorities, the gaming platform, including the young people, regarding this betting and online gaming?
Thank you, Augustine. Well, unfortunately, in Senegal, there is no regulation as far as online betting is concerned.
Really?
Yeah, we have LONAS, which is regulating, physical games, betting platform, but physically. But online betting, there is no specific regulation, and this is the danger, in fact, because youth are more and more connected. So all the betting platforms here, all the betting platforms are free to operate in Senegal. For instance, it is accessible. What government or authorities can do is, for me, they should even not put regulations, but they have to stop it. In fact, because it is online betting is harmful. In fact, for the youth, it is most harmful than it is a blessing for youth. It is complicated. So better have nothing, no betting platforms, and have regulation that they can pay, and destroy our youth.
Thank you. Finally, let's hear from you, Ezekiel. Finally, your closing statement quickly in a minute.
Well, for me, I think betting companies should ensure that they bring out more strict measures, to curb, people involved in these things. For example, in my own country, during adverts, they will tell you that don't bet if you are not more than 18. If you are not up to 18, right? So now, but immediately you get to the website, and they will ask you, are you more than 18? Yes or no. If you click yes, then you are in, just like that. who are the people actually checking this thing? What are the mayors? Okay, are you going to probably upload? Is there a birth certificate? Something just to confirm that you are less than 18 or more than 18.
Okay.
Those kind of things are not available, and also they should ensure that probably there should be a card limit on there should be a limit on the transactions you can do on some on betting platforms, probably on your bank accounts, on your bank cards and whatever, so that when you are not able to fund these betting wallets, betting accounts, probably it will curb the number of times you can actually bet, probably for a period of time, let's say a month, a week. You understand? Just like that. So I think that is it for me. Of course, our government should step up.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from you, Ma'am Fati. What are your recommendations quickly?
I just write a message for the young generation. My message is you have the power. You control the game. Don't let the game control you. Betting for money is risky. Playing for growth is smart. Gaming can build your future if you use it with balance, purpose, and discipline. Be like Verix or Dex Junior, because there is 2 players in Senegal. We go to worldwide to represent the Senegal and want that. So be like Verix and Dex Junior, not a victim but a champion. That's my message.
Great,
for
Ma'am
them.
Fati. We hope to have you here another time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And to you, Jibril, thank you. We hope to have you in our studio on another interesting topic. Okay, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Ezekiel, also for joining us via our Zoom platform. Well, listeners and viewers, this is where we draw the curtains on the 31st edition of Take the Lead here on West Africa, Democracy Radio, broadcasting all the way from Dakar, Senegal. Many thanks for being with us today. And please join us next Friday for another live episode of this program. Remember to take the lead in shaping the discourse for the betterment of young people in Africa. My name is Augustine Cully. Goodbye for now.
We thank you for listening to this program in Nigeria on Darling FM 107.3 Owerri, Southeast. We thank our listeners in Liberia on Alternative Youth Radio 98.9 FM, Nova County, Kwakete Radio 100.9 FM, Barga, DCN Radio 91.3 FM, Riversest. In Sierra Leone, we thank our listeners on African Young Voices, Freetown, Radio Bath 91.3 FM, Eastern Community Radio FM 101.9 Kenema. In Ghana, Radio Pod, Savannah Region, Reals FM 104.7 Wenchi. In the Gambia, on Numi FM 94.0 North Bank Region. Radio Veritas 102.9 FM, The Gambia.